Hello everyone, this is Crypto BitLaw, and today I just wanted to give everyone an update as to what is happening in the blockchain related geopolitical sector. But before we dive in, if you guys like this content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Twitter. We are at Crypto BitLaw on Twitter. So with that said, let's dive in and read the news. So CNBC reported today that Russia proposes a ban on the use and mining of cryptocurrencies. And this is a further extension of some news that broke in December, where the central bank was originally proposing a ban, but this goes a little bit further and this actually extends to mining. So the key takeaways here are Russia's central bank on Thursday proposed banning the use and mining of cryptocurrencies on Russian territory, citing threats to financial stability, citizens' well-being, and its monetary policy sovereignty. Russia has argued for years against cryptocurrencies, saying they could be used in money laundering or to finance terrorism. It eventually gave them legal status in 2020, but banned their use as a means of payment. And Russia is the world's third largest player in Bitcoin mining, behind the United States and Kazakhstan, though the latter may see a minor exodus over fears of tightening regulation following unrest earlier this month. So as we can see here, it states, in a report published on Thursday, the central bank said speculative demand primarily determined cryptocurrencies' rapid growth and that they carried characteristics of a financial pyramid, warning of potential bubbles in the market, threatening financial stability and citizens. The bank proposed preventing financial institutions from carrying out any operations with cryptocurrencies and said mechanisms should be developed to block transactions aimed at buying or selling cryptocurrencies for fiat currencies. The proposed ban includes crypto exchanges. So, based on that, that seems it's not an entire ban in the sense that China enacted with the CCP, where they banned transacting in cryptocurrencies, but it really almost steps up to that level because if you can't get access to an exchange and you don't have a fiat on ramp or off ramp, then it really puts a large barrier in front of all of the users that would otherwise choose to utilize cryptocurrencies. So continuing on, we see that active cryptocurrency users in Russia have an annual transaction volume of about $5 billion, according to this bank. The central bank said it would work with regulators in countries where crypto exchanges are registered to collect information about the operations of Russian clients. So this isn't just a domestic thing. They're actually trying to work with other countries in order to eke out any Russian-based users that would seek to circumvent this ban by operating through other sovereign nations. So, I know things like VPNs could throw a wrench in their cogs, but this seems like they're pretty serious about it. Continuing on, um, Danilova, the bank executive, said that for now there are no plans to ban cryptocurrencies similar to the experience of China, but the approach we have proposed will suffice. But as we said earlier, I mean, this isn't as egregious as the China ban, but it seems based on what they're proposing, banning exchanges and fiat on and off ramps, that's pretty close and against the entire ethos of basic cryptocurrency and blockchain principles. Okay, now we turn to crypto mining. Russia is the world's third largest player in Bitcoin mining, behind the United States and Kazakhstan. The Bank of Russia said crypto mining creates problems for energy consumption. The best solution is to introduce a ban on cryptocurrency mining in Russia, the bank said. In August, Russia accounted for 11.2% of the global hash rate for Bitcoin. And I guess as a corollary to that, and we could see it's almost all coming together here with this last point noted in the article, the central bank, which is planning to issue its own digital ruble, said crypto assets becoming widespread would limit the sovereignty of monetary policy, with higher interest rates needed to contain inflation. So there's the buried lead, there's the kicker. Russia's planning to create their own CBDC, and they view traditional cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of these other altcoins that are gaining popularity as a threat to the sovereignty of their CBDC. So Now that we've just kind of gotten a good overview of what's going on, we'll connect it to some other headlines that have happened and see how it all relates. So, as we mentioned earlier, Russia. This just didn't come out of nowhere. Russia had been hinting at this for a while, as we can see in this report that's dated December 16th of 2021. Reuters reported Russian central bank seeks to ban investment in cryptocurrencies. And it touches on the same issue, how Russia had argued for years against cryptos, saying they could be used in money laundering or finance terrorism, which is funny because, last time I checked, almost the majority of that in the United States, that's done with cash, but that's besides the point. Russia eventually gave legal status to cryptos in 2020, but banned their use as a means of payment. The central bank was at that time in talks with market players and experts about a possible ban. And the central bank, when Reuters asked the central bank in Russia about this in December, they said that they were preparing an advisory report to voice its stance on the issue. So this is where they were in December, and now flash forward to January of this year. Now we've got the actual, I guess, report manifested itself, and they're proposing their ban for exchanges, and it's extending to mining as well. Now, the recent proposed ban by the Russian central bank is interesting when you juxtapose it with uh, their President Putin's previous remarks in regards to crypto. As we could see, this CNBC article entitled Russia's Putin Says Crypto Has Value, but Maybe Not for Trading Oil, expounds upon some of these points. This article was published in October of 2021, so it was before the bank came out and announced that it would draft a proposal for a potential ban, and then this was even before the news broke today of that proposal that also extended to mining. So if we dig down into this article, we could see Russian President Vladimir Putin thinks cryptos have value, but he's not convinced they can replace the US dollar in settling oil trades. Russia's Deputy Prime Minister, Alexander Novak, suggested the country could move away from greenback-denominated crude contracts if the U.S. continues to impose targeted economic sanctions. And this is kind of a flex against the United States, where it leverages the dollar to sanction countries, for example, Russia, for behavior that it would deem egregious. So the United States leverages the dollar as the world reserve currency, and even more so the petrodollar, the fact that the majority, if not all, of oil and gas in the world their trade is reconciled and denominated in US dollars. Russia is considering alternative means in order to circumvent the United States' hegemony in terms of US dollar denominated trade. So continuing on, we see that when asked whether Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency could be used as an alternative to the dollar in trading oil, a key export for Russia, Putin said it's too early to talk about the trade of energy resources in crypto. I believe that it has value, he told CNBC at the Russian Energy Week event in Moscow, but I don't believe it can be used in the oil trade. Cryptocurrency is not supported by anything as of yet, Putin said. It may exist as a means of payment, but I think it's too early to say about the oil trade and cryptocurrency. Now, this is interesting. He speaks of the fact that cryptocurrency is not supported by anything as of yet, but along those same lines, what's the dollar backed by? If we know anything about, um, you know, pretty much fiat fractional reserve banking, when we went off the gold standard and the Fed and all of these central banks just kind of started printing money out of thin air, what is actual fiat currency backed by other than the full faith and credit of the United States or the country that actually prints it? So, just an interesting thought. So, let's move on to the next point. So, I'd like to turn your attention now to this Politico article that makes a couple of interesting points. Firstly, it says Russian President Vladimir Putin has thrown his hat into the crypto ring. Putin, once hostile to digital currencies, changed his tune after meeting with Vitalik Buterin, the influential Russian-born billionaire founder of Ethereum, a software platform using blockchain technology similar to that used to power Bitcoin. So I guess he saw the value in digital assets after meeting with Vitalik, who is of Russian descent. And I don't know if that's some sort of, nationalistic patriotic play where he's trying to, I guess, piggyback on the fame and fortune of Vitalik, saying that, oh, because he's Russian, this is an example of how grand and intelligent and powerful Russia can be as an innovator and disruptor in this digital space. But certainly, when it comes to Putin, he's very calculated. I'll say that much. He's a very calculated individual. But turning to the other point, it says that a trusted Putin ally recently launched Russia Miner Company, an ambitious cryptocurrency mining operation that plans to fund itself through a $100 million ICO. To expound upon that previous point, I'd like to draw your attention here. This article notes that Putin's advisor plans a $100 million ICO for a Bitcoin mining farm in Russia, and it states in pertinent part, Dmitry Marinovchev plans on using semiconductor chips designed in Russia, designed to be used in satellites to minimize power consumptions in cryptocurrency mining operations. Putin's internet advisor even added that Russia has the potential to be a dominant player in the cryptocurrency mining industry, stating that Russia has the potential to reach up to 30% share in global cryptocurrency mining in the future. So this article also notes that according to Bloomberg, Russia has 20 gigawatts of excess power capacity, which makes consumer electricity prices as low as 1.3 cents per kilowatt hour. So this is a big advantage for Russia if they were to actually choose to get into the crypto mining space and become an even bigger player than they already are. I know that one of Russia's major exports is energy, and just considering the fact that they have an excess of power in Russia, it almost makes natural sense for them to leverage that excess power and use it to mine Bitcoin and become a bigger player in the Bitcoin mining space. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of analysis on how this news may have affected the market. I know that earlier today, the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin US dollar, here we are on the 1 hour chart, it started printing some really nice green candles, going through a nice solid pump. And then a few hours ago, we could trace back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours or so. It started to dip. And that's right around when this news dropped about Russia proposing this potential ban on crypto mining and exchanges through their central bank. So I don't know if this is a direct cause. As the old adage goes, correlation isn't causation, but I think that it's interesting to draw the connection between the dropping of that news and then this dip off of the recent pump that we were experiencing here. So I guess with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, give us a subscribe to our channel. We'd appreciate that going forward. And you can follow us on Twitter. We post there and tweet out links and interesting information. Our Twitter handle is @CryptoBitLaw. And that pretty much wraps it up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.